Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books. I'm gonna have to hold Sparky for this whole thing because the piles of books are so big now that it's fall. You wouldn't be able to gaze at the splendor of my dog and his new haircut while I talk about books. You wanna know what I'm most excited about? The hero of this book by my pal, Elizabeth McCracken. Elizabeth and I met at the Fine Arts Work Center in Provincetown, and we wrote our first books together when she was 23 and I was 26, and we've been writing our books together ever since. And this, which is a novel about losing your mom and celebrating your mom and remembering, and the difference between fiction and memoir and real life. It is so beautiful, it's small, it's exquisite. And pro tip, if you read Harper's Magazine, the October issue has an unbelievable long essay by Ian Lee, who also wrote a book I love, The Book of Goose, that is all about the splendor and brilliance of Elizabeth McCracken, so check that out. Out in paperback today, my pal Kate Bowler, No Cure for Being Human. I just gave this book to Jay Wellens, and he said it was one of those things where he opened it up in the kitchen and just stood there and read the first chapter, couldn't put it down. That's really great when a neurosurgeon takes the time to read a book. Excellent. Our pal, Reese Witherspoon, pal of writers and independent bookstores everywhere, has her first picture book out today, Busy Betty. And there's a little stinky French bulldog named Frank who seems to be an awful lot like Reese's own stinky little French bulldog, Minnie Pearl. Elise is going to tell us more about this. And then, for no reason at all, madly, deeply, the Diaries of Alan Rickman, because he was the crush of my life. All right, Kat's going to tell us how to cook. Thanks.
All right, this morning we have got the Mexican Vegetarian Cookbook by Margarita Carrillo Aronte. This is such a great way to dive into a new cuisine in a way that you might have not experienced before, and it's Hispanic Heritage Month. Here's Lindsay with more books.
Hello. I have a mixture of fiction and nonfiction. Up first, we have some book club picks. The Reese pick for October is Celeste Ng, Our Missing Hearts. This is a different direction for Celeste. You can hear my dog in the background. She's going into a slightly dystopian direction, but it's still the amazing writing and the compelling story that we've come to expect from her. Oh, we also have signed copies. The Read with Jenna pick this month is The Whalebone Theater by Joanna Quinn. I love historical fiction. This one takes place between World War I and World War II, following a family who finds a whale on by the side of the ocean, and they make a theater out of it. They literally have a theater. It's been compared to I Capture the Castle, which is one of my favorite books, so check this one out if that's your vibe. Good Morning America's pick is Mad Honey, which is co-written by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan. They traded off writing chapters of this book. It's a contemporary drama following a family after the death of a teenage daughter, where two families get entangled. Over on the nonfiction side of things, the long-awaited The Confidence Man by Maggie Haberman. Maggie has been a White House correspondent for ages, and it shows. She's got a lot to say. You'll hear about this book a ton in the upcoming weeks. We have tons of copies. Another heavy hitter for nonfiction, we have When Mackenzie Comes to Town. This one, if you were a fan of exposés like Bad Blood or the Patrick Radden Keefe Sackler Dynasty book, check this one out. It's an expose on the McKinsey Corporation Company. And if those two got you down, check out The Forerunner by Cori Bush. This one is about her journey from community organizing to becoming a congressperson. There are some, trials and tribulations through it, but after you read these two, you might need a little bit of hopefulness, and hopefully Cori Bush can provide that. Up next, we have Elise talking to us about events.
Hi, everyone. Tonight, we've got Erica Waters. Now, this is a young adult book. This is The Restless Dark. We're so excited. We love Erica. She lives here in Nashville, and actually, this will be her first in-person event. The other two were published during the pandemic. So we are so excited to be here with her in person tonight, 6:30. This has been described as a gorgeous, creepy gem. How great is that? Anyway, go online and register. Then I do also want to talk about Reese and Busy Betty, which is just resilience and teamwork and anything is possible. And you can see Reese. She's going to be at TPAC on Friday. Parnassus is the bookseller, and with your ticket, you will get this fantastic book, and you'll get to see Reese. So I encourage you to go to TPAC's website today and get your ticket to see Reese. And then I do want to mention next week, because it's kind of amazing. Anne talked about Elizabeth McCracken, and I did read this book, The Hero of This Book, and it is as beautiful as Anne described, no kidding. And Anne is going to be in conversation with her, and this is going to be next Monday. So Monday the 10th is Elizabeth McCracken. Then Tuesday the 11th is Mary Robinette, and on the 12th we're going to be hosting Maggie O'Farrell, and that moves us into Southern Festival of Books, which is the 14th through the 16th, followed by the following Monday, which is going to be a virtual event with George Saunders. So that is just this much of our fall lineup. But I hope to see you at all these incredible events, and now I'm going to turn it over to Rae Ann.
Thanks, Elise. Hi, everybody. It's an especially exciting week for the Sprout, Spark, and Parnassus Next subscribers. You know how the books come out throughout the month and you get the book whenever it comes out? Well, all 3 books are ready for you this week. I am so excited to show them to you. This is the Sprout selection. It's a library by Nikki Giovanni and Aaron K. Robinson. It's a beautiful book about libraries and how they inspire us, and it's about Nikki's childhood. And for the Spark readers, I love this book so much. It's a rover story by Jasmine Warga. It is about resilience, who is a Mars rover preparing to go to Mars. It's told by Rez and by the daughter of the lead NASA scientist. This is such a fun book, and I hope you'll pick it up. Parnassus Next subscribers, you're getting After Dark with Roxy Clark. Chelsea, this is one of your favorites, right?
Yes.
And this is by Brooke Lauren Davis. This is about a girl whose family is possibly cursed to die early. She uses that to do her own ghost tours. And a year later, after her sister's boyfriend is murdered, new clues start to arise. This author is going to be at the Southern Festival of Books. I hope you'll stop and see her there. But if you're a Parnassus Next subscriber, you're getting this amazingly signed book already. I hope you'll come tonight and see Erica, who's amazing, and her book, The Restless Dark. It's about a contest put on by a true crime podcast to find the bones of a serial killer. But is he really dead? Melinda Lowe will be at the Southern Festival of Books. Her new book, A Scatter of Light, is out today. She wrote the multi-award winning Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and this takes place in California during the time of one of the very first Supreme Court decisions to legalize gay marriage. Hope you'll stop and see her there. Are you a big fan of the TikTok books? Have you read Adam Silvera's They Both Die at the End? We've sold so many copies of that book. This is the prequel, the first to die at the end, and we have signed copies. Another treat for the Spark Book Club, Alan Gratz's 2 Degrees comes out today. Now pay attention, this comes out today, but it's the November pick. When he comes for the Southern Festival, he will sign our copies, and you'll get yours the first week of November. And are you an Oliver Jeffers fan? I am. This is Meanwhile Back on Earth, Finding Our Place Through Time and Space. This is a nonfiction book about 2 kids and their dad who go to outer space and look back on Earth through time. It's about the history of the world and the universe. So you notice I'm saying Southern Festival of Books a lot. It's coming up next week, people. Go on the website. I hope we'll see you down there at the tent. Thanks for listening, and thanks for shopping at Parnassus.